वाले की जय, श्याम प्यारे की जय।
So welcome back. Hello everyone. Now we'll continue with this exercise itself, that is 12.2, and up to 8 we had done. Now let's move towards the question number 9. So question number 9 says, if the vertices of a quadrilateral lie on a circle. Now what is given? You are given a quadrilateral and the vertices of this lie on a circle such that AB is equal to CD. So you are given a quadrilateral ABCD where A, B, C and D, they all lie on the circle. All the vertices, they lie on circle, and also you are given that A, B and C, D, these two are equal. They are equal to each other. Now what you need to prove? You need to prove that AC is equal to BD. So you can see there that this AC and BD, you need to prove that they are equal to each other. So now let's begin with the proof here. Now first thing given to us is AB is equal to CD. Now what are AB and CD in this figure here? In this figure, AB and CD, they are the chords. They are the chords of the circle. Though they are the sides of the quadrilateral also, but if you consider for the circle, then they are the chords. And these two are equal chords. Now if chords are equal, then their corresponding arcs will also be equal. Chords are equal, then these corresponding arcs will also be equal, because if chords are equal, then their corresponding arcs are also equal. Got it? So if chords are equal, then corresponding arcs will be equal. Now you see here AB and CD, the two arcs are equal. This is AB and this is CD. If you consider this BC and you add both the sides, so arc AB plus arc BC equals to arc BC plus arc CD. Now if we see what we have done here, we have just added the same portion to both the sides. So if we add equals on both the sides, then the whole result will also be equal. Now what do you get if you combine these two arcs, AB and BC? If you combine this arc AB and BC, we have this arc ABC. So you can say, therefore, arc ABC is equal to, now if you combine these two arcs BC and CD, combining these two, we get arc BCD. So arc ABC is equal to arc BCD. Now here we said that if chords are equal, then their corresponding arcs are equal. Just the opposite will also be equal. Opposite will also be true. Now if arcs are equal, then their corresponding chords are also equal. If arcs are equal, then their corresponding chords will also be equal. Then what is the corresponding arc chord of ABC? If you consider this whole arc ABC, the corresponding arc chord is AC. So AC equals to, now what is the corresponding chord for BCD? It is BD. So AC is equal to BD. So hence it is proved. So now let's move towards question number 10. Question number 10 says, if two equal chords of a circle intersect each other, then prove that ordered parts of one chord are respectively equal to the corresponding parts of the other chord. Now just understand what is the question. You are given two equal chords of a circle which intersect each other. So the chords, say AB and CD, these are the two chords which intersect each other at point E. Now prove that ordered parts of one chord. Now ordered parts of one chord means taking the two parts. Now if AB and CD they intersect at point E, then AE is one part and EB is the second part. So taking the parts in order, if you are taking AE from this chord, then we will take CE from the second chord. So the corresponding parts are equal, that is AE is equal to CE, DE is equal to BE. So this is what we have to prove. AE and CE we have to prove that they are equal, DE and EB they are to be equal. Now in order to prove this, we will have some construction. We are going to draw OM which is perpendicular to AB, ON which is perpendicular to CD, and we will join this OE. Now just see, we are given AB is equal to CD. The two chords are equal. Also by construction we have OM perpendicular to AB and ON perpendicular to CD. Now if chords are equal, then their distance from the center will also be equal, because equal chords are equidistant from center of circle. Now because equal chords are equidistant, equidistance in the mean they are at equal distance, therefore OM is equal to ON. So what we get? We get OM and ON as equal. Now here if you see, there are two right triangles, OME and triangle ONE. Taking those two triangles, prove them that they are congruent. In triangle OME and triangle ONE, now there if you see, one right angle is there, angle OME equals to angle ONE, each 90 degree, one right angle is there. Then the side which is opposite to the right angle, that is hypotenuse of both the triangles, that is common. So OE is common hypotenuse and one more side is equal, that is OM is equal to ON. We have proved it. Now with these three conditions we can say that the two triangles they are congruent. Therefore triangle OME is congruent to triangle ONE. This is by RHS congruence rule. Now the two triangles, if they are congruent, then the corresponding parts of these will be equal. So side, this is already common, this we have already proved that they are equal. Then the third side of these, that is ME and NE, they will be equal. Therefore, ME is equal to NE. So this is first part. And why they are equal? They are the corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So up to this it is clear now. Now what is given to us? We are given two equal chords AB and CD. Also AB is equal to CD. This is given. Now if AB and CD are equal, then half of them will also be equal. Half of AB will be equal to half of CD. Now what is half of AB? Half of AB will be AM. Reason? The perpendicular which is drawn from center to the chord, it will bisect the chord. Therefore, or say that is AM equals to. Similarly here ON is drawn perpendicular to CD, so half of CD will become CN, because perpendicular drawn from center to the chord bisects the chord. So AM and CN, they are also equal. Now add these two parts, the first and the third. Adding equation or say result 1 and 3. Now if you are adding it, ME plus AM, so it is AM plus ME and CN plus NE. Now what is AM plus ME? AM and ME. If you add these two parts, we get it as AE. And similarly, CN plus NE will give you CE. So here, this is one part which we had to prove, that AE and CE is proved. Say this is your first part and this is your second part which you have to prove. Now first part is proved. So let us take this as equation 4. Now subtract second and fourth. Fourth you subtracted from second. Subtract equation 4 from 2. So if you subtract it, AB minus AE equals to CD minus CE. Now from AB, from the whole chord AB, if you subtract AE, you get EB or say BE equals to, from CD if you subtract CE, you get DE. So here your second is also proved. So we have proved both the parts. This is clear to you now? So now here's question number 11. Question 11 says, prove that line segment joining midpoints of two parallel chords passes through center of the circle. So what is given? You are given that there are two parallel chords, AB and CD, they are the parallel chords in this circle with center O. You have to prove that now the line segment which joins the two midpoints, it will pass through the center. So what is given? In circle COR. Now this circle COR means it is a circle. C stands for circle O is the center and R is the radius of this circle. So circle COR means circle with center O and radius R. So we are given a circle where AB and CD, they are parallel to each other. M and N, they are the midpoints of AB and CD respectively. And here now we are joining MO and NO. We are taking it in this given only, that MO and NO are joined. To prove MON is a straight line, we have to prove here that this MON, they are the points MO and N are collinear to each other, that is, they form a straight line. Now in order to prove this, we will need a construction to be done. Construction, it says draw EOF, means we are drawing a line segment EF which passes through O. So EOF, which is parallel to AB, and because AB is parallel to CD, so EOF will also be parallel to CD. So we can say EOF is parallel to AB, parallel to CD. Now let's move towards the proof. Now what is given? M is midpoint of AB. We are given that M is the midpoint of AB. Now any line segment which joins the midpoint of the chord to the center is perpendicular to the chord. Therefore OM is perpendicular to AB, because line, or say line segment joining midpoint of a chord to the center of circle is perpendicular to the chord. So if we join any line segment which joins the center and the midpoint of the chord, then this line segment will be perpendicular to the chord. Now if it is perpendicular, then that angle BMO will be 90 degree. This angle BMO, this angle is 90. Now what else we have? We have that AB is parallel to EF. This is a construction which says AB and EF are parallel. Now if these two line segments are parallel, then this is the transversal, and this being the transversal, this angle MOE will be equal to BMO. Therefore angle MOE equals to angle BMO equals to 90 degree. These are alternate interior angles. Taking the alternate interior angles, these two angles will be equal. Similarly, now N is also the midpoint. So any line segment which joins the center to the midpoint is perpendicular to the chord. So again this angle OND is 90 degree, and we also have that CD and EF are parallel. So if these two are parallel, then this angle EON will also be 90. Means the same thing is to be done on the other side also. So we can say here, similarly we can prove, or we can show that angle EON is equal to 90 degree. So here we have angle MOE as 90 degree, and here we have angle EON as 90 degree. Now this is 90 degree and this is 90 degree. So what about their sum? Therefore, angle MOE plus angle EON equals to 90 plus 90, that is 180 degree. Sum of these two angles is 180 degree. So if two adjacent angles they form 180 degree, then the non-common arms will form a straight line. Therefore, or you say, if sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then non-common arms form a straight line. The two non-common arms, they will form a straight line. Now here these are the adjacent angles. OE, this is the common arm. So non-common arms are OM and ON. So they will form a straight line. Therefore, we can say that MON is a straight line. And this is what we had to prove, that the line which joins the midpoints passes through the center of the circle, that is MON is a straight line. So with this we come to the end of this exercise. Now further we will discuss more theorems and more questions based on this chapter. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you all.